Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have TEARLAMENT FIENDSMITH guide, a deck that's very popular and is getting buffed by FIENDSMITH, so I wanted to show that. As you know, it's one of my favorite decks. Chimera, Branded and TR are the three main decks of the channel. So looking at the list, you play 3 Beastals main because they're very good hand traps right now and they help with the deck because they are dark monsters who can help you make Mad Dragon, and they're also level 6 to make Beatrice, so it has a lot of synergy with the deck. You play also the Danger package for basically the same reason. The Fiendsmith variants need to put a lot of bodies on the field, so Dangers helps you doing that, and Ness is a Dark Aqua, and Mothman is a level 4 Dark Monster, so they're very good fusion materials as well. And then you see the Fiendsmith package, 1 Luri, 3 Fiendsmith. You can play 2 if you don't have the money, it's okay. 2 Fenrirs because it searches tier cast and it's a very good interruption right now. Because if your opponent summons a Bestial who are very popular right now, or summons Luri from the graveyard, you can banish that. You can also do many things like, for example, when your opponent activates Requiem to summon Fiendsmith, you can banish the Fiendsmith, etc. etc. The 2 Shufflers, one of the best mills in the deck, 2 actually. I play 3 Mulcharmy because it's an Aqua in main, and because I lose every dice, I want to have something for going second, who also synergizes with the deck. So I don't want to use Droplet or Super Poly because they're bad mills, and Mulcharmy is actually very good. It's also level 4 water monster, so worst case scenario, you summon it with your normal summon and go to Bahamut. And then you see 3 tier casts and 1 of the limited tiers and 3 Reinhardt played standard. The Fiendsmith spell, 1 of the Foolish, and 3 field spell. Grief is very good in this list, better than Heartbeat maybe in the main. 3 Scream, I always want to play 3 of these because it's very good going first and going second card. And Terraforming Standard Talents is also very good because they are playing a lot of Bestials, and going second you also need something to break boards, and Talents is one of the best cards. Then Meta Noise and 2 Swirlik Standard. Black God Loves, good mill, and you can also dump it in the opponent's turn with Beatrice. And Trivikarma, pretty standard, you dump it with Beatrice turn 1, you add everything you need. So in the side deck I play 3 more Bestials to cover all the Fiendsmith matchups, because basically the way you lose post side deck is if they go Beatrice into blue tiers and they set TDG, which we also play, blue tiers as you see. 3 Cosmic for basically skill drains and runic variants, Centurion decks maybe because they could support. 1 Duster and 1 Heartbeat, as you see a lot of back row hate. You can maybe cut 1 Duster, not 1 Duster, 1 Cosmic maybe, and if you want the Heartbeat as well, to play Phantasme. Then we played D-Bear for blue tiers, 3 Evenly, best going second card. 1 spell, I don't remember how it's called, spell canceller or whatever, for basically blue tiers because it's very good against a lot of decks and most players don't play this card. And 1 counter trap. Extra deck pretty standard, don't forget to put the Necroquip. I put Redoer. You could also play some other stuff, maybe Dark in the extra deck, I don't know. But that's what I chose to play. The links are pretty standard. Totally awesome with Bahamut is also very good. You need to play both Madragon and Garura. You can also play Super Poly in the side deck because you play both of them. So it's not the worst thing. So guys, let's go into the replays now. First replay, as you see, is against Fiendsmith Snake Eye, who opened 2 hand traps. We don't have the best hand, but it's very good right now. We opened double Fiendsmith and double Tiarkas basically, but it's not the worst. As long as the cards resolve, it's good. He has a nice Blossom in permanence, I don't know why he's holding them so much. Now I summon Sequence, go into Lacrima, summon this, go into Beatrice, and that's not an imperm target according to him, I don't know. Why he doesn't imperm that, I don't know. He uses as Blossom on the planet, which is good. Thankfully, the Mothman discarded the tier cast. We draw another Fable Lorry, OMG. Here, as you see, I activate Rhinoheart, the milled Rhinoheart, and I chain tier cast to not having to discard anything. So keep that in mind, guys. If you don't want to discard anything, use this deck. I go into Kaleido because I want a trap access, and because traps are very good and I don't want to get Dark Ruler for my life. So I go into Dragostapelia. We have a lot of follow-up, as you see. We have Sprint or Beatrice. We have Fenrir. Now I activate the Molcharmi. He doesn't ask the Molcharmi. I don't know. He has the barrier. He uses everything. He has full combo, but for some reason he decided that he misplayed maybe. So I don't know. He tries to go into Fiendsmith. He make a misplay. I say to him, come on, it's ranked, you target another card. And he rage quit, so that's okay. We would win either way because our hand was busted. Here is against a shifter deck, as you see. So I want to show how we win versus shifter decks. And this is Exodia. It's not a bad deck because the fusion is very strong once you summon it. It has a negate, you cannot beat it by battle most of the times. And it sets a trap card that destroys every card you control. On top of Shifter, that's what this deck can do very well, play a lot of hand traps plus Shifter because it's not affected. So here I summon just the Keldo because I could be blamed against Ritual Beast and I didn't want to lose to that because he can return the cards to the graveyard that I could shuffle them back with Konohawk. So that's what I was playing around. Here I summon the Molcharmi just because I wanted to go to SP because I have his fusion so I can banish the Diffuser. So now I have dealt with both Shifter, an Ash Blossom, Diffuser, and Negate for spell and traps, and a trap card that destroys every card I control. I know his last card in hand and he top decks possibly the best top deck he could have. He attacks over SP, which is fine because next turn I have Siren plus Halfness. He uses the Millennium, he adds another rank who can summon another Exodia, and he goes into Link to Illusion, who can set the trap, which is very good. Now he has basically a pop from all of my cards, and he has a statue. I top deck Merely, not the best, but it's okay. Also, I didn't use Halfness because if I did not top deck a monster, I wanted to have Siren plus Halfness. Here I use the SP as material to summon my dragon. I beat over this. He activates this and destroys 2 tier names, so thank you, I guess. I summon Dragostapelia plus my dragon again, and Dragostapelia can negate the effect of Exodia, who gains attack, so now it's at 0, and I punch him for game. But even if I did not do that, I would win because I had Fiendsmith combo later. So now game 2, as you see, I open evenly. He has Shifter. We will see if he will use that. He has the Temple, which is a very good card because it gives him access to any Millennium from the deck. He pays 4,000 life points, he adds the Ankh, which is a very good card. Now he goes to Link Summon, and he wants to take it back, but I say, come on, you committed, and the best judge in Greece, Dakota, saves the day. So now he cannot use Shifter, he misplayed. He sets the statue again, and summons back the Exodia. And I'm like, okay, I can bait with evenly and then do full combo. But he uses set rotation. So now I can not evenly. And he has Secret Village, who shuts off 3 or 4 of my cards. So now I have to be very careful and very slow in the game. I use Fiendsmith just to summon back and bait the statue. He chooses not to do it. I activate Recon, he decides to pop all of my cards. I have no reason to use evenly, he can just negate. Now Exodia has 3000 attack, so we are back in the game. Now I can just summon the Fiendsmith, equip it with Requiem. He has to negate again. Now I summon Merely and I mill 2 tier cards, which are very good at this point of the game. I add back the tier cast, which can give me access to to link 2 after I pop, I attack the statue. Here, thankfully, I milled the Reinhardt, so I can do full tier combo and basically attack over Exodia or just Kaleido Heart. So now he cannot use any spells, but I just Duster for BM. And I had full combo, as you see, Field Spell plus Foolish plus Tract. So, as you see, we still won against two field removals, the Secret Village and the Spell Negate on top of Statue. So, tier best deck. Here we play against Joshua Smith apparently because he plays Whitewood Runick. I play around roll with first field spell activation, then Fenrir, because I want field spell to be activated and to resolve because I can always add whatever I want, and field spell is interruption as well. And I have talents which I feel good about. Here I go into Fiendsmith lines with normal summon Luri. Summon this, I go into Necroquip, I summon back. Now I go into Beatrice. Beatrice can give me Trevikarma, who gives me Scream, and now I have a lot of follow-up. Unfortunately, I did not mill a tier, so I can do the combo I explained earlier with Tiarkas and Reinhardt. I mill a bunch of cards, I go into Bahamut, into Toad, but then I decide that I lose a Dark Ruler, and Dark Ruler is a very common card, and because he has the keep going button, he could be playing like a branded deck or something with Dark Ruler, so I wanted to play around that and basically add the trap card. So I can use Chain Sulek to Dark Ruler, then Chain Beatrice, and then do some combos. But I get punished because he has Evenly, which would resolve either way because he has Freezing Curses. And he's playing Lightsworn, as you see, on top of the Runick White Forest. He negates my tier cast, very unlucky, because I would use tier cast to mill a tier and basically trigger both the tier cards and the Kaleido Heart. So now I'm cut off of all of my interruptions. The reason I kept Kaleido is because I didn't have a lot of fusions in my extra deck left. And Kaleido Heart could be a very good interruption, especially against Runick decks, because if he pops it with Flashing Fire, you can summon it back. I decided to shuffle back the Tips and Wolf so I can prevent him from summoning Minerva. And Black God that laughs is very good against Hugin, who does not give him access to Fountain. Unfortunately, he has this card, Changing, Social Best Deck. I will try to bait him and use talents. Honestly, I should talents to draw, but it wouldn't be so good. I needed to get it out, and because I have a lot of banish cards, it has a lot of attack, and Magnamut is a good follow-up for his turn, and I can summon a SP, banishing the spell. I don't want him to add it back. He top decks Runick Tip, but it's not the best because he has only one other card, and I have Beastal plus SP, so I can just win because he has a few life points. Here, I don't know what he was doing. He kept Dark Ruler and Evenly, he got punished going first, and he just draws a useless card, but I would win, as you see. My hand was very good. Here we play against heroes. Shout out to Alex. Same thing, basically play around roll before you use all your cards. I activate Engraver, then I remember that I was playing around roll, so activate Fenrir as well. And now I can do full Fiendsmith combo before the tier combo to play around some interruptions and to not mill the combo pieces you need. Be careful with that. He decided to scoop. I guess he did not want to sit through a full Fiendsmith combo. I didn't know what he was playing, so I put Malcharmy. And unfortunately, he doesn't go into a greedy line with Stratos or anything, so Malcharmy will not give me any value. And he has double Mask Change, Book of Eclipse, and Deck Lockdown on top of DP, which is over because he held, for some reason, the second Mask Change. Very good player. No, I actually mean that because that was actually very good. Unfortunately, I draw blue tiers on top of Trevikarma. Oh my god, the hand is so bad. I was playing Skill Drain because I was still testing. It was the first match with the deck. That's why I did a lot of misplays. Tier cast mills only Scream, which gives me Crime to play around evenly. I try to go into Fiendsmith. I will go into Fiendsmith eventually. And now I can go into rank 6, which is not the best because I have to pop the Trivikarma, which by now is very bad. I go into Dragostapelia, just for the negate. And basically, you see, my my setup was so trash. I should maybe shotgun Beatrice and summon a tier. So I now get Dark Ruler. But I'm not so afraid because I have blue tiers, which is the word Forbidden Chalice, basically. And he cannot OTK me, so all he has is Fall Up. And basically, the danger here is the Dark Law. So I just use blue tiers on Dark Law if he summons it. He goes into Destiny Heroes, so now he's locked as well into Dark Heroes from the Exo deck, which is very fine. Here he has Liquid Soldier, which he will not use this turn, I think. And he has added Plasma. He attacks my card, summons Plasma, which is a skill drain. And now he has skill drain, DP, and an unknown card, which in my eyes it's either like Super Poly, Imperm, Mask Change, it could be a lot of things. So I tried to play around. Here I negate the skill drain because I want him to DP so I can use talents to play around the mask change. So now he has no other interruption left, and I have Siren plus Rhinoheart plus everything. So that's basically how you play around these cards. You activate very strong cards. He tries to negate or interrupt, and then you follow up with better cards and mills. Here we win. Next replay, we play against Mimighoul, who has opened two hand traps, but that doesn't matter at all because Tiar is the best deck. We mill a very good amount of good cards, and we summon Bahamut before we go into Fiendsmith line. And if he at some point wants to Nibiru, I can just trigger my Hafnis, and I still have the Siren left. So I could just do full combo again through Nibiru, through us, through Veiler. So now we go into game 2. He opens good. He has Kolbe, which is a good interruption against my deck. He has Ash Blossom. And he has the field spell of Prosperity. Unfortunately, he does not have the Shifter, unfortunately for him. He adds the Archfiend, which basically discards one of my cards and then draws him another. And that's good in tier, not in my hand right now, but it's good generally. We top deck a Druidwurm. I activate Duster to destroy his field spell, which is a floodgate as well, because it says I cannot normal summon. I bet touch with field spell. So now the only thing he has right now is the king, who can flip summon his Archfiend. And now we have a bit of problem with DB, because nowadays it's a lot laggy, and it was shuffling my hand, but in the replay it's not being shown. Here we discard the Sulik, which is not the best because we could discard it with his Archfiend. We could discard the Rhinoheart, summon back discarding the Sulik, but it's okay nevertheless. We do the combo and then we have full Fiendsmith combo plus TR, so we win. So guys, thank you for watching. I know it wasn't like the best replays, but it's a showcase of how good the deck is. Unfortunately, I did not play a lot of games with this deck. I just played 10 or 15, and most of them were literally bad replays to show because the opponents were just leaving after game 1. So what I want to say is thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please comment down and subscribe, and don't forget to share.